everyone, we're going to take you on a visionary ride of what our journey on this planet could look like and feel like if we finally radically as a collective act to build a better world and end climate emergency by 2030. This video is based on Eric Holthaus's model as a trained meteorologist who uses current evidence to predict future events. It all comes down to the significance of our choices and actions from now on if we do what we need to do.
You right, Chuma?
Good though.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I don't know my teeth.
You're good. No broccoli.
No broccoli.
No Sunday roast.
This one time I had a whole piece of cod in there. Did a whole recording.
Whole recording.
Didn't realise he had one of your bags. It's like this
Right.
flapping fish. Yeah.
News.
News reading school, they taught me that basically you just have to hum this tune. Give it a shot. News, read the news. And then you just let your jaw go a bit. News, read the news at 6 o'clock. Read the news. Yeah, I think we're ready. Yeah.
I heard that. That is good. Where did you learn that again?
I'll Hello, I'm Dan Burgundy.
And my name is Chuma. Welcome to
What in the World? It is 2020 and it's the year we have admitted that there's a climate emergency. So let's start to tell ourselves new stories that will help us get out of this crisis and redefine happiness. People around the world have risen up and are passionately telling others that it exists, so that we all come to the realization that we are connected to the planet, and by saving it, we are saving humanity.
It's 2021 and the President of the United States has passed a series of sweeping legislative changes bringing about a Green New Deal. This will help to permanently decentralize political power from the extractive industries that have concentrated wealth for centuries. Moral leadership is being exerted in all the positions of power we hold in our lives.
It is 2022 and we have finally begun the process of repairing the climate and also shifting the power from Western countries to a more globally equal scale. We now see each other as people deserving the right to thrive, Chuma.
We've also reached peak global emissions, which means we will finally stop accelerating towards our own destruction. It's 2023 and we have criminalised and delegitimized the fossil fuel industry. Its executives are going to be tried for crimes against humanity.
We have lost so much over the years, but there is so much still worth fighting for. Courts around the world are holding those to account for making parts of Earth uninhabitable. So there are marches through the streets in solidarity and celebration as our oppressors are held to justice. People have also begun to prioritise their own psychological and emotional resilience and now take more walks and visit their friends. It is 2024 and the Wales football team were stripped of their Nations League victory after a doping scandal. Also, we have finally created the cultural and moral infrastructure for rapid decarbonisation of every aspect of our civilization. No more fossil fuels, Chuma. We have managed to decrease global emissions by 10% in a single year, and we are finally doing enough to slow down the climate emergency after 3 years of trying.
Everything is now electrified, including trains, cars, heating, farms, and steel making. Since carbon dioxide stays in the atmosphere for hundreds of years, we are focused mostly on other greenhouse gases like nitrous oxide and methane. Farmers have the opportunity to share their wisdom to radically reform agriculture so that farms produce food, not commodities.
It is 2025. I've been wearing the same t-shirt for 5 years. We have rebuilt our cities and redesigned our roads for walking, bicycles, and those who move more slowly. Breaking news. Public transit is now free, and there are pedestrian-first cities and towns. We have learned how to move more slowly.
Public spaces are being taken back which were previously privatised. The public spaces are helping people become less isolated instead of being stuck in outdated cubicles of individualism. It's 2026 and we are redefining what we mean by technology. No longer do we need more gadgets and entertainment, but we need more connection and empathy. There is less virtual reality and more reality. And the lie that technology cures loneliness is gone.
It is clear now that everyone has been craving a sense of purpose, and we want to do meaningful work and belong to something bigger than ourselves. We relish in what it means to be part of a now thriving global community.
It's 2027 and we have expanded our practice of regenerative agriculture. Food produced in such a way now requires less pesticides and fertilizer, allowing for a thriving ecosystem, and it supports wildlife. We're working again in partnership with nature to produce our food, and we have had to relearn what we've forgotten. We have built a circular economy.
It is 2028 and England have won the bid to host World Cup 2030. The final is in Milton Keynes. Also, we have begun to decommodify our own survival, and we are no longer earning a living. We celebrate inefficiency and we call it creativity and living. We have begun to establish a civilization that values life instead of production, and we recalibrate the economy to care for people and the planet's needs. We are building a society that guarantees the basics of survival: food, water, shelter, community to everyone. Meanwhile, we are trapped in this news studio.
It's 2029 and our efforts so far have been so successful as we have cut emissions in half globally since 2020. Many countries are about to reach the goal of zero carbon emissions far sooner than their leaders initially thought possible. We have remade what it looks like and feels to be alive, and we are thriving. Soon we'll be unable to remember what the old world was like.
It's 2030 and we have realised that the most radical change of all this decade was our newfound ability to tell a new, positive story about our future.
That's all we have for today. We hope Gareth Southgate's England win the World Cup again. Here's to the future.
That's unrealistic. This just in, we have reports that a baby has saved 6 people from the jaws of an alligator in downtown Rotherham. We've got a reporter on the case and we go live now to Simon, who is quite literally in the jaws of the alligator. Simon, are you okay?
News just in, James Milner has become the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. After a long time at Liverpool,
Yeah, and yeah, I haven't got anything else.
We have also reached peak global emissions, which means we will finally stop accelerating towards our own destruction.
I see why you spoke then, but I missed a line.
So it's 2029, and Ashley Williams' Wales squad have won the. I'll just read it out. I'll just read it out.